Soren puts his hand to his mouth. In the background, a news reporter speaks from the TV.
The world exploded into chaos this morning after NASA came out with their latest findings.
He looks at the door leading out to the back porch and slowly walks to the window.
Scientists from all over the world have been studying this phenomenon since it first appeared last week, and now claim that it's heading towards Earth.
He stands in front of a portal-like void that's almost as big as the sun. It pulsates a pure radiant white light, but it's blue along the fringes, distorting space and time around it. Soren stares at it in sheer horror, now fully realizing what he's been staring at for the past week wasn't a new star, but an end to the universe as we know it.
In a few moments, we'll go live to the White House where the president will address the nation.
The president goes through a set of double doors into the Oval Office where a camera crew and several staff members get ready for his address.
Mr. President, we're ready for you.
The French Prime Minister walks down a hallway as an advisor walks just in front of him.
On a 4 minutes.
The Chinese Prime Minister sits in front of a desk as a specialist puts makeup on his cheeks.
老丈，我们没有什么告诉他们。
The King of Saudi Arabia walks around a dressing room with an advisor next to him.
هل نحن فعلا سنقوم بالقيام بهذا في هذا المكان سيدي؟ سيدي؟
The president sits in front of the desk with his advisor standing next to him. Other people are frantically moving about, getting ready for the address. Mr. President. Mr. President. Sir. The president sits there with a blank expression.
Don't worry, Sam. Everything will be fine.
The advisor looks down at the president with a quizzical look. He can't understand why he's so calm.
Okay, we're on in 5, 4, 3...
Soren walks back inside and stares back at the TV.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're live at the Oval Office.
The news switches to the president sitting in the Oval Office. He stares straight into the camera and for a long moment says nothing.
Is there any hope? That is why you are all here right now.
古利亚莱康，你要知道，如果你会一直活着，还是竟然死。
لا أستطيع أن أخبركم بطريقة واحدة أو أخرى.
I can only tell you what it is, and what you can choose or choose not to do. Many of you watching this believe that I am your president.
Votre premier ministre.
رئيسكم.
But they are no longer with you. Nor are they able to help you at this time. I have no name, but I am what you would call a being from a higher dimension. This is difficult to accept, yes?
ولكن ليس لديكم الوقت الكافي لردي.
所以你需要听，好好选择。
We gave birth to this universe a long time ago.
نحن كذلك.
Your gods. What you have called the afterlife for thousands of years is in actuality our being. We are a species of elevated consciousnesses that allows us to control the quantum fabric of space and time. Allow me to show you.
Soren suddenly begins to float about a foot in the air. Everyone in the office begins to float and are completely shocked by the unforeseeable event. The president stares straight into the camera with a blank expression as the staff continues to float, screaming out of fear.
We can do many things, but we cannot save you from that up there. It is a void, yes?
الفراغات الكونية الناجمة عن الأكوان الأخرى والتي تتحطم حاليا على كونكم.
在这六星体内，它会把你世界完全吃掉。Et dans 10 semaines, chaque fissure de la réalité, vous ne pouvez pas vous échapper. Vous ne pouvez pas l'arrêter, et nous non plus. C'est inévitable.
But fortune is upon you, for we are here to set you free. We have the technology to foster your being into our reality. But you must choose to separate your mind from your body first. You must choose to end your life. That is the only way you can reach us. Reality is fractals within fractals.
我们知道的都是互联的。Et votre réalité, ce n'est qu'une réflexion singulière.
في المالانهاية.
Do not hold yourself within the confines.
这些 无足轻重的代理 réveillez-vous.
كن حرا.
Be free.
Soren stands on his porch, leaning against one of the pillars as he watches the cars go by. His next-door neighbor, who is much older, comes out of his house with a bottle of fine liquor in his hand. The old man lifts his bottle up so as to give him cheers. Soren nods his head upwards in a greeting gesture. The old man takes a sip before making his way over to Soren's porch. He walks up.
Drink?
No.
Soren changes his mind and takes a sip.
It's got a bite.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. We've been living next to each other for years, but it took the end of the world to get us to talk to each other. I'm Mark.
Soren.
Both of them stand there silently for a moment, lost in their own thoughts about the state of affairs.
I don't know why they're leaving. There's nowhere to hide.
You know Miss Cantor from across the street? She died last night, natural causes. My wife found her in bed this morning after the announcement. We called 911, but they still haven't come. Yeah, I don't think they will. People aren't running away from the portal.
They hear some muffled arguing taking place in one of the houses across the street. It's a couple violently fighting with one another. Soren and the old neighbor stand there watching their silhouettes. Soren looks over at him for a moment before gazing forward. A few cars zoom by with tons of luggage on the roof.
Oh, I think I'm going to kill myself tonight.